Welcome to Mundo Madness Monday, guys. It is cold as hell here in Corpus, man. I tell you, that's why I got the get up right here. Your jacket, man. It is in the 40s tonight, man. And I tell you, it has been a hell of a Monday, man. I hope everybody had a great, happy Thanksgiving. Love you guys again. Thank you all for coming by. It's Bobby Susan Bucks here. Titan. Welcome, welcome, guys. I'm glad y'all are here with me tonight. I know I'm just a few minutes early, but yeah, man, I'm super excited for tonight's show because I want to get everybody's input, especially tonight's topic, and I think I'm gonna add on tonight's topic that I didn't put it in the description, but we'll go and we'll talk about Black Friday sales as well, right? And because I was Rich Sangillo, man. He said, "What's the topic for tonight?" And so I told him what the topic was tonight, and he says, "How about Black Friday deal?" So I said, "Oh man, I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into that on top of tonight's topic as well, right?" I'm doing good, Titan man. I'm doing well, man. I got my beer in hand. Sadly, I didn't get to go hunting this weekend. I was really looking forward to it, but shit happens. What can you do, right? But this coming up weekend, I'm good to go. So hopefully, I'll see some good stuff, over the weekend, and I'll get back to nature, get back to a little bit of peaceful, good stuff there, and um, have a good time, kind of relax. I haven't really had any time to do anything for myself, let alone for anybody else, right? I had all these plans over the weekend, a 4-day weekend, man, and I had all these plans to get things done, to sell a couple of things, which I did, but they weren't, my stuff. I sold some of my wife's stuff, so it's like she gets the money. Made her happy though, right? And so we got rid of a few things. I'm trying to get things in order here at the house too, getting ready for Christmas because I got two of my kids' birthdays are coming up in Christmas time, and so we're doing that. We got a lot of stuff going, a lot of stuff on the plate to take care of, and thanks be to God, she came. We didn't think we were going to have Thanksgiving with my oldest daughter, and my wife ended up tricking my mom and I, and she came in and she flew in, and my wife picked her up at the airport, and we had her home here. So I'm super stoked and super happy about having my oldest daughter here for Thanksgiving, right? And she'll be home for Christmas too. So that's it's just been amazing and blessing for her to be here, and a lot of good stuff, right? Thank you, Titan. So, a lot of blessings came with Thanksgiving. A lot to give thanks for as well. Um, uh, there's just so many things that God has blessed me. Even in bad things, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. The blessings you'll see any bad situation. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, man. So never think that if something bad happens to you, it's not going to stay that way forever. It may take a little bit of time, but trust me, it'll all come back, and you'll see that light at the end of the tunnel, and things will get better for you. So hang in there. If you're going through some stuff and you're struggling and so forth, hang in there, because good things will come later on. And at the time, it may not seem good at the moment, but later on down the road, you'll see, oh yeah, that had to happen for me to get to this point where I'm much happier now, right? So, just keep that in mind, guys. And so, with tonight's topic, though, let's get into it. Do you prefer acid etching or laser etching, right? And I tell you, I've seen some awesome, awesome etching stuff going on a lot lately. Quite a bit of acid etching, and Tiano Sabers, he's done some pretty good stuff. He does pretty good stuff, and if you were previewed enough to watch Cal's videos, Cal did some acid etching, and he showed the process on how to do it. I myself am not ready to try any of that stuff just yet. Well, if I had a laser, maybe I'd try some laser etching, right? But um, I tell you, Darth Alice has shown me some stuff that he's laser etched, and oh my gosh, I can't wait for everybody to see what his new creation is going to come out. And you're going to see some amazing, amazing laser etching. I'm not really going to tell you too much about it because when he reveals it, you're going to go like, "Oh, dude, yeah." I mean, fantastic stuff, right? And there's a plethora of stuff, and I believe also Rob Metcalf, right? He's done some fantastic acid etching stuff as well, and there's just so many people that I can name and not name that have brought so much good stuff um, to just so much eye candy with all the etching that's going on. Titan Gray says that's tough. I've seen awesome work using both forms, and I think it's all in tools and the talent. I think so too, Titan. You know, and it's a tough call to whether to go either way, right? And but Darth Alice, man, he's coming up with some fantastic and spectacular things. I mean, especially with thin metals. Oh, wait till you see his newest creation, man. His new, I mean, he sent me some pics, and I'm privy to him, but I mean, that's all I'm gonna say is that he showed me the early renditions of it, and just man, they just blew me away, dude. But then you got the other side of the spectrum, right? You got some acid etching, and in doing the acid etching, you're dealing with the chemicals for that, and and you make sure that you, I guess, with the laser, you don't have to worry too much about, fumes coming off and anything like that because it's all enclosed, right? Well, with the acid etching, you have to make sure that you wear a little bit of mask so that you don't get the fumes in your chest and all that good junk. Tengray says Jeremy shows a lot of hilts done by Volts of Valhalla and always awesome work. Yes, he does. Thank you for mentioning that, Titan, because he has such amazing connections that deal with that as well. And I mean, there's so many people that have such great talent in doing the acid etching as well as the laser etching because it takes time, to put all this stuff in there. Hey, Jim, how you doing, dude? Glad you're here, man. And so I want to know if you prefer acid etching or you prefer laser etching, and I guess you would have to invest in both the bath situation of it and then of course the laser itself, right? Now these days you got all these small laser type uh machineries that you can do laser etching on, and it'll come out like crazy cool, right? But I'm not sure if you actually have to how much programming it takes, or do you just set an image in there in the computer and then have it go as the image, right? I've seen some of these laser printers, and I've seen some of these lasers greener. uh, Laser is green. Laugh out loud, Jim. Always the comedian, Jim. Oh, Jim, I sent you an email, by the way, for if you want to get on tonight. I sent you the link, dude. So if you want to jump on tonight, you can. You don't have to, man. I'm just saying. I sent it to you if you want to jump on. And so just upload an image. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I really don't know too much of the process as far as what the laser does. as opposed to the acid etching, right? Because on the acid etching, you have that bath, and then you do all this components with the with all these chemicals stuff. So that in itself is, but it's still, I mean, either way you go, it's still going to turn out beautiful, right? Provided you know what you're doing. I have no clue what I would be doing. I would have to have somebody with me and do, okay, uh okay, I am sick. Okay, no worries, dude. You can, and you can. If you don't have to, you don't want to, man. No worries. I just sent you the email so you could jump on if you wanted to. I hadn't sent you one in a while. I just hadn't sent you one in a while, and I know it's been a while since you've been able to kind of come on. So figured I'd send you one, and I'll send you another one next Monday if you can. So we'll see what happens, right? I'm not sure what next Monday's topic will be, but it'll be fun. It'll be a good one. Hopefully, it'll be a great one, right? So, also on top of tonight's topic, we'll talk a little bit about like I was telling everybody earlier that Rich asked me what tonight's topic was going to be, and he said, "Oh, Black Friday deals." Well, yeah, let's get into Black Friday deals too, man. So, most of everybody right now is doing what, 10, 15%. I have not seen any 20% on any sites yet. I'm thinking that the 20% may be in for Christmas time sales, right? But the most that I've seen right now is the 15%. And hey, Bobby, welcome, dude. Welcome, welcome, my friend. So the most that I've seen right now, most of everything on all the sites are initially 15% off, and 10 to 15, I guess, depending on what it is. I think Custom Saber Shop right now has got the 15% off. The whole site way, and they just extended. I think I just read like a couple of hours ago that they're extending their sale till the 4th, till December 4th, which is kind of cool, man. I might pick something up from the Custom Saber Shop if I can. Not sure. Yeah, it's cold, buddy. It's cold. It's 40 degrees right now. Just in my garage. Outside, it's a little bit colder, right? It's supposed to get about 32 tonight, and in here it's in the 40s in my garage. So yeah, it's a little chilly. It's a little chilly. I don't have a heater in here just yet. The wife and I were looking into getting a heater slash what do you call it? AC unit, like a window unit that has both the heater and the AC. And yeah, I just kind of put it in here. Bobby says that the Saber Bay has trophies for 35 or 39. Really? Trophy for 35 or 39? Damn, that's a good buy, man. That's actually a good buy because they're normally what, 65? So that'd be half up. But what are they? Are they Gen 2 or what? Well, I guess it don't matter really. Version 2.2? I guess it really doesn't matter what version it is. A profi's a profi. No matter what version it is. I really wish the you know, uh, I wish some of the other boards were that price, man. 69 normal, but yeah, 39. I mean, that's half off right there. Shoot. I wish the CFX was about that much. But, what can you do? What can you do? Hopefully in time. Yeah, it is a hell of a deal. I don't know. I may be tempted to pick one up for that price. I mean, I'm short on funds, but I might be able to pick one up just for that. I might get yelled at, but yeah, that's okay. Might be worth it. So I'm still working on yeah, let's see. You know, remember that PVC pipe saber I've been working on? Well, I finally got my colors together, right? I finally got my colors together. And so now what I'm looking into is I cut these bullets. Oops. There we go. I cut these bullets, right? Drilled them out, drilled it out, and I'm gonna put some buttons in there. And I think I don't know, man. I mean, I'm going probably going to have to do. Oh, let's see here. I'm looking into putting one of my bullets for the buttons on here. Of course, I'm gonna drill in and I'm gonna kind of seed it in there a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna seed it in there. But I finally got my colors right. So now it's just a matter of kind of gluing all this up together. Make sure that's good. I got my pins in there, but I don't have a chassis in here for it just yet. So this is it's about halfway done. And, let's see here. Hey, Rich. I got 7 Profi 2.2 for like 29.99 each. Ooh. Skip the alcohol for a weekend. Jim, them's fighting words, buddy. Them's fighting words. Skip the alcohol. I don't know. I don't know. I might be able to. I might be able to. Snuff! I thought this was for edging and G. No, we are, man. Well, yeah, we can do all kinds of stuff here, man. Um, where, like I said, tonight's topic is acid etching and also laser etching. So, you know, we're also talking deals, Black Friday deals too, because Rich had asked me about Black Friday deals. So we'll work it in all together, all of it. So, anybody else seen some good stuff? Let's see. Just about, man. Yeah, I know, Jim. I know. Yo, group edging. Shush. Sheesh. Oh my goodness. Them's 5 months. Let's get into it. So, snuff, laser, or JT. JT says acid etching is the way to go, in my opinion. Um, all right. So we got acid etching on the board. We got laser etching on the board. So let's see here. Rich says, I got a DV3 from Corbat. Oh, Rich. Seriously? Man, that's cool, dude. That is cool. I like them though. Court Band is coming out with some good stuff. A lot, man. They've got a lot of good stuff. Are the other folks turning in on a different platform? I hope so, Bobby. I hope so, man, because I want this shit to grow, dude. Um, and I invite everybody to come in. So no matter if you're late or not, Mundo's is always open. Ah, man, if you follow, if you follow Anthony and you know about Albatross Junction, his comic book, man, he's got me in there. He's got me in there in Mundo's place, right? Called Mundo's Bar. So I tell you, come on in. It's always fine in here. Come on and join us all. Let's see. So Jim says acid etching uses chemicals, and you gotta set up your film. Yeah, that's and it's a much bigger process to do acid etching than it has to deal with laser etching, right? Because you put your with laser etching, like you said, Jim, you upload your image and it just basically copies it, right, with the laser. And that's interesting though. JT, I'm glad you're here, man. I didn't know what your schedule was be like, so I didn't send you a link, dude. But I know you go to bed kind of early too, so I'm always getting out of work late. But I need to do another show on a different time level so that everybody can kind of come in and have a little bit earlier time. So one of these days, man, maybe I might do a Saturday show or something. I don't know, on top of a Monday. So, but at if I do that, I might do it just for Mundo's my Mundo show on the Mundo channel, right? So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. Talk to Ant about things and get things going. And eventually, Ant and I had talked that on a Saturday, I believe. We're gonna talk again, and we'll pick a Saturday where we'll talk about Albatross Junction once I get to rereading all the comic books, get myself reacquainted with my character as well as all of his characters, and we'll have a big discussion on a Saturday while he's doing some drawing. We'll have a big discussion. I think we'll get Kevin in on there too. But for right now, you know, um, for right now, there's some good discussions coming up on Mundo Madness Mondays. And but like tonight's a kind of good night though because I find it fascinating that you have two different styles of really turning a saber from just a plain saber to a an ingenious work of art, right? And the sky is the limit on this stuff. And like Jim says, you have chemicals with the acid etching, whereas the laser, you upload the image and it copies it to whatever you're doing on whatever uh, metal, so to speak, that you're using, right? Whether it be a thin metal, maybe a thick metal, it just depends, right? And the sky, like I said, the sky's the limit. I mean, you can find all kinds of images everywhere, and you upload those images, and uh, I don't know, has anybody ever done like a laser image and it not turned out good at all? I mean, has it just kind of like stopped halfway, or maybe has it kind of misread what the picture is in some way? Maybe it got corrupted, the picture got corrupted, and things go wonky with it, right? How long would it actually take to redo all of these all of this process? Now in acid etching, also the same thing, man. I mean, let's say you put it upside down, you put the image upside down with the film. Okay, Jim says it depends on the edge ire and the surface you were etching. Yeah, I could see that, right? And I mean, but you got to have it right, because like if you have a picture that's upside down, but it looks upside right, like if you're looking in the mirror, right, and it does it the opposite way, so yeah, it does it the opposite way. Like me, so I'm dyslexic, man. Maybe I don't know. I'll just put it backwards, and I'm reading it backwards, and shit happens. So I'll do it that way, right? But no, I think it's an interesting way. From what I saw on some of the acid etching, you put your picture there, you put the film there, your pattern, however you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do on it on the saber, and then you just dip it into that bat. Um, what is the? Does anybody, Jim? Do you know the total process? How long it takes um for a full bath of acid etching? I'm not sure what the time constraint is on those. I mean, whether it be like a few minutes. I mean, for a few seconds is the laser, right? The beauty of the laser is if you mess up, you just laser everything clean. Yeah, start over. I believe that is true, and it varies, huh? It varies. Now you got some really strong lasers, and then I think there's some weak ones. I don't know if people use like the weak laser type of little devices to try to do that, or they're using these really good ones, right? I know whatever Darth Alice has, he has a really good one because the stuff, the pictures that he showed me Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, totally gorgeous stuff. Usually not more than an hour acid etching. Huh. Not more than an hour, huh? That's not too bad. Actually, that's not bad. For an acid etching bath, an hour. That's not bad. I might have to try my hand in it, you know? I might have to. I mean, get some I've got some I got some sleeve material that I've had for a really long time. So what I may do is cut myself a piece of shroud and do an acid etch on the shroud itself and see how that comes out, you know? Um, so that might be something in to try and do. Um, how big? I don't know how big of a container that you would need for that stuff. Uh, I'm gonna look into that, and I think I'll talk to some people and find out. Right. Nonetheless, it's a big design or deep with multiple pieces. Then it might take a day or two. It depends on how big your stuff is, huh? Like a whole saber, or maybe even multiple sabers at one time. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. And so how many? Oh, like so, Jim, have you done both, or you have done one or the other? Acid etching. Have you done any of those, or have you just done like one and not bother with the other one? How deep the design into the metal and how big? Hmm. So the longer you go, the deeper it'll go, right? Is that the appropriate thinking? Is the longer you keep it, the deeper it'll go? Or I have not done laser yet, but I want to. My friend has one. Ooh. Now, Jim, that would be interesting to see what you would come up with, right? I'm actually intrigued after seeing Darth Alice on his stuff on the pictures that he sent me. Oh man, I tell you, the crystal chamber people are just going to be blown away, and I'm like, oh, my jaw dropped when he sent me some of those pics, and I'm all like, oh my God, such gorgeous detail. Yeah, and it has great and gorgeous detail to it. And that's the thing is that with both ways of doing. Okay, bye, baby. With both ways of doing the etching, no matter what pattern you pick, no matter what you do, I mean, they're both going to come out gorgeous if you do it right, right? The longer you soak in acid, the deeper the etch. Okay, see, there you go. That's what I'm getting at. Um, and I guess you don't want to go too deep, or I guess if you go too deep, then it kind of takes away from it, right? So you want to kind of in between the depth of it and the creativity of the design itself, right? And as far as the laser etching, though, I mean, you can do multiple sabers and multiple parts within a matter of hours or two. I mean, if that thing is like super fast and cuts that super deep and so forth, my goodness. And one of the things that I didn't ask Darth Alice, and I should have, that how long it took for that laser etching that he did, whether it was a quick job or whether it was just a little bit, maybe let's say maybe a 5 minute job for one piece, or maybe it was like maybe 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, or maybe even just 2 or 3 minutes for the piece itself. But man, I mean, the way it looked, it looked like it took him hours to do. If it was just like 5 minutes, right? let's see, most laser etching in 5 minutes or less. Okay, 5 minutes or less, and I could see that because of the detail that it takes for the image to come through and everything so forth. I you know, in doing that, then you have a lot of time. Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna get on the laser etching right now, right? And then we'll go and we'll talk a little bit more about the acid etching. But right now we'll get into it with the laser etching. And as far as like the laser, uh, I'm not sure if it's Jim. Do you know if it's super enclosed where you don't have to really kind of wear like shades because of the laser itself, or is it such a low laser density that you really don't have to worry about that? There's a YouTube all about acid etching. Well, I know I'm gonna have to check that out because I know Cal did a couple of vids on acid etching, right? He showed, and that's when he was like really, really young too. I mean, he was. Oh no, laser always wear goggles. Yeah, see, that's what I thought, right? That's what I thought, that you really need to wear those goggles or some kind of eye protection when you're dealing with the lasers because you can really kind of burn your eye your corneas and stuff like that with the lasers. It's kind of like looking into the sun. Yeah, not good. You'll go blind. You go blind, man. But it's interesting that it's such a short period of time for such a gorgeous looking piece of metal, right? Oh no, there's a better video series where this guy takes you through everything about acid etching. Oh, really? I need to look into that, Jim. I will look into that for sure. Um, because that's super interesting right there. I wouldn't mind taking a look at that and seeing what it's all about. As if he's going through, step by step, the way it looks. Yeah, man. I want to check that out. Yeah, I need to check. I need to check that out for sure. So while we're still talking, I got some different bullets here that I'm going to cut here, and I'm probably going to uh, cut a bullet up while we're talking. So if I seem a little kind of all over the place, let me know because I don't want to cut anybody out and do anything that people are waiting for me to do. As a matter of fact, I got one in here right now, and I'm not like, no. I've been working on this one for a couple of days. I've tried several times. Why is this on? What is the deal here? Man, I need to get that away from things. Sorry, guys. I mean, finding things that are on that are not supposed to be on. Anyway, uh, my brain is just going wonky right now. um, so going back, and we're on the laser etching right now, right? So and if it takes just that short a time, and you've got so many hilts to do, or so many pieces, and it takes you that short a time to throw an image on, how many images can you probably do in maybe an hour of time? Because if it takes 5 minutes for the laser to cut that image into your piece, right? And you got all these pieces, but yet you have this, and it takes 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes at most. So damn, I mean, you could do several in a day and still have room for acid etching school. Really? Acid etching school. Who'd have thought that? Wow. Now, how many have actually gone to that acid etching school that's on here? Yeah, well, I mean, Jim, I mean, of course, you know, I mean, you've already done it, right? X49, what up? What up? Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate that, dude. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. Everybody's always welcome. Come on in and have a good time. Um, we're talking about acid etching and as opposed to laser etching right now. So, if you've got any if you got any ideas on what you prefer. Do you prefer acid etching? Do you prefer laser etching? Excuse me. If you haven't done any of those, then hey, it's all good. It doesn't matter. I mean, I myself have done neither of those. Okay, and let's see, there are more too, like electro acid etching and battery drawing. Huh. First, first one, first one, the acid etching. You've done the acid etching. All right, that's cool, dude. Yeah, no, I mean, we're having a discussion of both, so it doesn't matter whether you've done both of them, one of them, none of them. It doesn't matter, dude. We're talking about just a preference in general, or if you plan on doing any of them. Do you plan on doing both of them? You know, that's the thing, man. Just get into the discussion. It don't matter. We're also talking about Black Friday deals too. So on top of that. Thanks to Rich. Rich, you still around, man? You still around? You're just kind of listening, and I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. X49. Um, we're just first time watching. Well, welcome, dude, and you are welcome. I mean, come on anytime. Come to the channel and hang out with us, every Monday if I'm on every Monday when I can. All right, cool, man. You working on the chassis? Oh, sweet, dude. Hey, when I get a chance, Rich, yeah, I'll send you my Evo so you can do the chassis for me, dude. But right now I just don't have no time to send it. So, too many things going on over here. So X49, man, going back to you, dude. I'm glad you're listening. I'm glad you're here. I welcome everybody, man, and I do the show like every Mundo. It's called Mundo Madness Monday, right? And I do it every Monday if I can. Sometimes I'm just not able to due to either family things or or personal things that get in the way where like work and other things that I can't do it. But most of the time, I'm gonna try to be on Mondays more than likely. If I can't, I'll let people know, right? And it's usually about this time, 9:45, mainly because we got there's so many things going on, and then we also have Meg Tooth that comes on before I do on his YouTube channel, Megtooth. Oh my God, such an amazing guy, dude. You need to get on his stuff if you haven't gotten on there yet. And he does such an amazing job of teaching, wiring, teaching, all kinds of plethora of things, man. He even teaches profi programming stuff, blades. I mean, you name it, he does it, right? So he's such a great teacher. He's such a great person, and he has such a great website to go to and do to go and check out his stuff. And so I'm very appreciative of you here, dude. And I mean, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot for everybody who comes on here and hangs out with me. I truly believe in having fun, having people come on here and talk about the shit that we love, dude. Because that's we have so much bad crap in the world. I want to try and take away some bad stuff, and I want to have a good time here for everybody. I know I do a little preaching sometimes, and that preaching kind of gets into, everybody's like, "Not again, Mundo, please stop." No, but it's all good, dude. It's all good. Uh, I hope that with everything that I do, I can make your day just a little bit better, man. Maybe even a week. Uh, you're having a bad time. Come on, Mundo Madness Monday, dude. Have a good time. Have a beer. Hang out with us. Talk sabers. Yeah, we'll talk about Star Wars movies. I mean, sky's the limit here, dude. I mean, I'll stay on topic as much as possible, but not every topic has to be, the whole show doesn't have to be about the whole topic. You know what I mean? So, uh, need a good Harris level rant. Well, yeah, you know what? I think, Jim, I think I do need to do one every now and then just to honor Harris, man. So, X49, man, just so you know that Harris was one of the original Saber Talks hosts, along with Anthony Lagapa and Gabe Munoz, right? These guys were the three amigos, and they started Saber Talk. And if it wasn't for these guys, I wouldn't be here doing this right now. I'm just kind of carrying on a little bit of what they started. And excuse me, I gotta take a drink. And so I'm get him, buddy, get him. So yeah, they started the original Saber Talk, right? And from there, when I started watching these guys, it was so amazing to see how much detail that they had while they were all talking. And Harris, God bless his soul, he was such a character, and you could tell you could tell the enthusiasm with these guys. The three of them on the love for sabers, the love for the builds, the love for every facet of sabering that you can imagine, right? And the builds that they would have in here, it was just simply amazing as well. What y'all think about Dave Filoni being promoted to Chief Creative Officer for all Star Wars? Yeah! Oh man, see, I am missing R2 right now because R2 would be screaming. He'd be going, "Wah!" I mean, he'd be screaming right about now. Matter of fact, I still am looking for another R2, and I can't find R2 another plush R2 like that. So I might have to kind of break down and find one on eBay or something and get one of those remote control R2s and set them on the table here with me. So yeah, I gotta have R2 back as my co-pilot, right? So in Titan, that is so badass. I was like, I jumped out of my seat almost, and my wife and my kids looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, yeah, and they're like, what the hell's wrong with you? they just they don't understand. They don't get it. They do not get it because when you hear that, we know that we were gonna get part of George back into Star Wars. I mean, really back. You know, I mean, he may not be there physically, but we are getting George's legacy brought back to Star Wars. And I'll drink to that, boys and girls. South Park changed the world. How about South Park? My God, Jim. Oh, they did. I have to admit, I mean, they were hilarious as shit, though. Oh yeah, and Chet, what up, my friend? Happy Cyber Monday. Yeah, happy Cyber Monday. I mean, we're talking about that too. So, Chet, the discussion is acid etching or laser etching. Which do you prefer, right? It's the X49. Had to put them in. Damn it! Take a pull for me. Just glad that the hobby is so available for us. 411 parts, cost, etc. Yeah, unfortunately, things are a little bit like that. 49, but right now, with sales going on the Black Friday sales, Pendiverse, Jim. My God, I love these guys, especially Jim. Jim, when you throw shit out there just like that, it's awesome, dude. Love it. God love it. Cheers, Jim. Cheers. Cheers, 49. Oh man. So anyway, going back to the Black Friday sales, most of them that I've seen, right? The 15 to, well, 10 to 15% off. And we know that most of the time 10 to 15% is really not a whole lot depending on how much you buy. But you could still get a great deal on some of, depending on what you get, there are some great deals on there, especially with hilts and stuff. Unfortunately, I know I'm gonna end up missing a lot of these deals right now. But yeah, I mean, they're good because some of these deals to be had, you got a $400 hilt, and you bring it down to what, maybe, under the 400, a little bit. It saves a little bit of money on the pocketbook. The only bad thing is that you know that money's going to be a little bit taken back when the shipping, right, with the shipping costs, because you got a little bit of money off, and then the shipping cost brings it right back up. You're like, damn it, no. So, but it's all good though, man, because if you're in a good position, sometimes like when it's really good, when they have the 20% off, that's when it really makes it worth it though, a little bit right there, because then the shipping cost kind of takes it aback a little bit too, right? I wanted to get into acid etching, but haven't gotten the courage to try. Laugh out loud. I have the transfer paper and ferric chloride, but haven't actually tried an etch yet. Oh, so you got the stuff, you just haven't done it yet, huh? That's interesting. I like that though, Chet. I mean, you've actually taken the first step, right? You've taken the first step. You've gotten the products to get started with the acid etching. You just haven't gone to the next step. So, and I think actually, Chet, I think the hardest step is the first step is getting the stuff to do it with. I think that is the absolute hardest step to do because I think the person who's attempting it may not be so sure themselves, like you say, right? If you're not so sure about it, but you're wanting to attempt it, are you going to yes, with sound, R2 plus with sound. But Jim, I think I want to get a hardback. I want to get a hardback, not no more plush. I think because I gotta have one with resilience, an R2 with resilience. R2 was never no quitter, man. And yeah, start small, Chad. Start small. That's the thing. But you've taken the first step and you bought the products and you're almost there. You're almost ready to start, right? And a lot of people will say, if you're gonna do it, get something that you can afford to kind of mess up on. Maybe get a couple of dent and scratch pieces from the dent and scratch sales from different companies, or even a custom saber shop, right? Excuse me. And use those as your as your test parts. That way, let's say you get about 4 or 5 pieces from the custom saber shop for $20, and you're really not out of a whole lot of money if you mess up on one or two of them. But once you mess up on one or two of them, but you got the process down, and then the next two you do a badass job on the other two, then you've already completed what you're setting out to do. I commend you on that, my friend. I mean, I commend everybody who's actually begin that process and started that process and been through the process, because it's just another facet of the diamond and that it takes to do this hobby. And and not every diamond is going to have a facet that can actually portray shine light, whereas you've got so many facets of the diamond you have to turn that diamond in order to see all the facets, right? And you're not going to have every single facet show at one time. So think of it that way. Interactive R2D2. Yes, Jim, I want an interactive R2D2. He needs to be my co-pilot here, damn it. I miss him. I miss his little whiny ass, right? And then of course, if I drink too much, you're gonna hear him, when he gets like short circuited, right? Ah, and he's always so bad though, right? Stuff it. Go slow, start small, and you'll be fine. Yeah, Jim's right, man. Listen to Jim, Chit. Listen to Jim. Jim's a badass. He knows. He knows the shit. He knows way more than I do, dude. 49 says, is the etching process used depend on what material you're working with? Well, yeah, because you got softer metals and you got harder metals. So with the softer metals, you're gonna have to be a little bit more, I guess heed more attention to than your harder metals. And I think the harder metals probably take a little bit more time than your softer metals, right? But it just all depends, like you said. The hardest part is laying down your tracking film. It's it. Hey, now, Jim, is it where can you easily set when you're setting down the film? Is it really like sometimes you get like how like when you're putting down stickers and you get that little ripples in there and you got to just kind of work them out so you straighten the whole thing up. Is that the same way with the uh with the film for the etching as well? Like you get the little bubbles or you get the little kind of like speed bumps I call them, right? And then you got to kind of straighten it out and you got to really work it out sometimes. Is it the same kind of concept like that where you have to just kind of firm it out and you got to be real careful because if you don't do it then it can kind of bubble up on you, right? And then it ruins the whole process. More than likely though, right? It'll ruin the whole process if it gets to that point where it just kind of bubbles up during the etching during the acid bath. I would think. But then again, what do I know? It's more like circuit board film. Oh, hmm. Circuit board film, huh? Yeah, so you got to get it on there just right though. Otherwise, it could be a little off off on everything. Hmm. Now that sounds kind of cool though because circuit film, the acid etching in a circuit film sounds like a badass pattern to do, right? Just about. You mean like when you're laying decals on models? Yeah, pretty much 49. Yeah, you're laying decals down. Uh-huh. But yeah, you have to lay it down and you might have to exacto the knife out parts. Yeah, that's what I thought, more or less. I mean, because any little imperfection into it, then you really run the risk of kind of screwing it up. I mean, it may not screw up all the way, but it'll be off center or it'll be where it's not really working out to your liking. And you may have to start it all over again. And this bullets being a pain. Lately these bullets have been a real pain in the ass to cut. And even though I'm cutting them, even I cut them on the big pipe cutters, damn. And if I use my Dremel on it though, man, shoo, the Dremel is just so inconsistent. It's uneven. It's not an even cut. So I'm gonna have to find a better way to do these because right now I'm using the pipe cutter to get them, and they're pretty decent, but it just takes a long, long time to get them cut. because the back ends are so tough, right? From all that burnt burnt powder, so it makes it real hard to cut through sometimes. But yeah, I mean, more or less, I mean, it's like I said, I got one right here. I did the other night, and it came out pretty decent. You know, drilled it out, and it's still a little uneven, so a little bit more sanding to it and get it even would be all right. You know, build to build, we can't learn without making mistakes. Yes, of course. I mean, that's the whole thing. You know, you got to make mistakes in order to get better. So and eventually I'll get better at getting cutting these bullets, man. So 49. Let me tell you, what I'm doing is I'm a hunter, so I go and when I shoot, I collect all my bullets, right? And just to kind of give you a small detail, okay? So I got a bullet right here, right? And when I get done, when I go hunting or I go practice, I keep the casings, right? And after the casing is spent, then what I'll do is I cut part of the bullet so that I can make a crystal holder, right? A crystal chamber holder. Excuse me, guys. And since these are naturally patinaed, right? I don't have to do much. Now I can polish them up if I would like to. If people want them polished up, I can polish them up. But more like everybody's going with the everybody pretty much likes to go, you know, the other route and not have anything polished too much because Star Wars is never really clean, right? It's never pristine. It's always weathered. So, like I said, this is actually nicely weathered automatically, right? Because they sit here in my garage for a while, and after the spent shells, you know, you could also electroplate them. You know, Jim, that is a freaking awesome idea. Electroplating them. I never thought of that, dude. I might see what it takes to do that, and I might do that. That might be pretty cool, dude. I'm gonna look into that. I have to see what it takes to get some of the electroplating stuff. You know, just a small setup because I mean these are too small to really even have. I would say probably maybe not bigger than a bowl or something. You know, silver, copper, gold. Yeah. Well, I mean they're already copper to begin with, right? I mean, well, you know, and these are just damn, this is unbelievably tough. Jesus, I'm already cutting it all up. Um, but you know, Jim, yeah, I mean, that is just a hell of a idea, dude. A hell of an idea to electroplate those. And even have a, you know, maybe an awesome pattern to go on it on stuff like that. So, so 49, let me tell you, just to show you what I'm meaning with these is here's a chassis that I'm working on right from the custom saber shop. But as you see, I have my crystal holder that I made out of my own bullet right there, right? So that is a holder that I have right there. And I have them where you can get two for the price of one basically, or utilize them in what did I put that? Let me see. What did I do with the and my brain is not with me today. Jesus, where do I have these? My goodness. Uh, see, that's what I get for moving things around, and I'm not even. I tell you, my brain is shot today. Too much work. Too much. Not enough Mundo Madness Monday. Let me see here. Where did I put that? Oh, here we go. So let me show you the concept that I have. And with a bit of sanding, this is, and if you choose to do um, two crystals, right? So here you go. This is the crystal holder complete this way. And you can either choose to take them apart and do one, or you can have two crystal holders like this, right? So you can either put them together this way, or you can have them apart and have them, hold the crystal like this if you wish. So there's so many ways to do crystal chambers with these bullet holders, right? And of course, I sand them down and get in there and get all the sharp edges out of there before I would even send any of these out. So they're a lot of fun to do, though, man. I really enjoy kind of making these. And if I've had a really good season in hunting, um, maybe then I'll have come back with a good stock of empty casings and start working on some, right? So yeah, but yeah, man, they work pretty well, and like I said, I seem to think that it works pretty decent with the custom saber shop stuff. Right now it's a little loose right here because I haven't tightened this down all the way, but eventually I'm gonna put a LED up here and get it situated where the light will come down here, and then I'm not sure exactly what board I will put on here, but yeah. I also picked up a 21700 chassis from the custom saber shop. So I will be working on that one after a good while. Oh yeah, thanks, Chet. Yeah, man. I got it painted silver, right? And then right here is the gilded brass. And I think the two colors like that kind of pop, man. So I really enjoy, and then of course the brass rods right here to hold the threaded rods, so that you don't see the threaded rods all the way down right here. Um, these were a little bit of a bitch to get in here though, man. I tell you. Yeah, the do the LED from the bottom. Yeah. Okay. So do the LED from the bottom up, and then kind of hide this, I guess. Yeah, I can do that. I can probably do that. Not sure what I'll put in between here though to kind of hide that, but I'll come up with something. I'll come up with some kind of basis, Maybe I'll cut some stuff and Cinzy! Hello there, my friend. Welcome, welcome, buddy. Yep, cool because on that same brainstorming stage, my crystal project. Yeah. Cool, man. Cool. So, like I said, 49. I mean, we talk about anything and everything. I mean, we'll get on topic, but then we'll get off topic. We'll go back to topic, and then we'll come back to topic. So, no worries, dude. It's all good fun, man. It's all good fun. Right, Cindy? Yeah. You're never late, dude. You're never late, my friend. I know how it is. Come on, I get out of work late too, bro. That's why I do it so late. So I can make sure that I get everybody here. Uh, and if they can't make it, they can't make it. There's no worries. I mean, I got so much love for everybody, and I know everybody gets busy. So whether you come, you don't, hey, it's all good, dude. It's all good because there's always next Monday, right? There's always next Monday, or hopefully. There's no guarantees, but I try to do my best to be on, and when I can, I can't. When you can, I can. So, so Cindy and Chet, do y'all have a good, happy Thanksgiving, man? I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Like I was saying earlier, that I was so blessed to have my daughter come in for Thanksgiving. So, yeah. Jim, you had a great one. You got a little sick though right after Thanksgiving, or did you get? You were all good, man. During Thanksgiving and then after Thanksgiving, it all went bye bye, right? Oh man. So, but yeah, dude, acid etching is going to be a chore that I think I should check into. And you know what? Maybe I should do some acid etching on these and see how that works out. That one might be right, right? Fine till this morning. Oh, I got it, dude. I got it. It shifted. It shifted when the weather shifted. I get those a lot, dude. That's sad. Yeah. What really sucks if you're like me when the weather shifts sometimes, I end up getting sinus infections that really turn into all kinds of crud and it kills me. You don't know? Allergies, man. Seasonal allergies sometimes. Cindy says, I was so sick, so I stayed in and had my own little Thanksgiving this year. Oh, man. I'm sorry you were sick, bro. Man, your own little Thanksgiving, huh? Well, I hope it was quiet and kind of good for you, though, man. Hope you got a little bit of rest. Chad says Thanksgiving was good. Thanks. Small dinner, no pressure. Laugh out loud. Spatchcock the turkey on the pellet grill. Oh, dude, I did one, Chad. Yeah, man, I did. I actually I didn't spatchcock it, but I grilled one last year, and dude, it came out pretty freaking amazing, man. Um, yeah, I have a Traeger, and that Traeger kind of really, I mean, I'm happy with it, dude. But if that thing ever kind of craps out, I'm turning that son bitch into a bar. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm gonna turn that son bitch into a bar, and I'll go and grab one of my old ones from the ranch, and use the hell out of those, man. No, not allergies, Jim. Oh wow, all good, man. Life happens. Yep, life happens, dude. Yeah, I love the hell out of them pellet grills, dude. I've got Traeger, so I like my Traeger. Let's see. Do not spatchcock, brine 24 hours, and smoker bake. Jim, I do not spatchcock mine, but I do not brine mine either. Um, I did not brine mine for 24 hours. When I threw mine in the Traeger, all I did was have it thawed out completely. I threw in the stuff inside the cavity, the onions and celery and carrots and all that good shit, right? Threw it all in there in the cavity, and then I put a little bit of olive oil on it, and I put some chupacabra seasoning all the way around it, and I threw it in the smoker, man, for about 4.5 to 6 hours on 250 to 350 um, at start, and then after about I would say probably about four, maybe about three, about the third hour, I put it on 400, right? I put it on 400. Did you inject butter or oil into it? No, I did not. And let me tell you why. Because what I did was I ended up spritzing it with what do you call it? It was the pineapple juice, right? I took pineapple juice and I threw it. I got a blender and I got the pineapple juice and I sprayed it like every 30 to 45 minutes. And because I had a little grill piece, I had a little grill mesh piece that I put under the turkey. So what I did was every 2 hours, I would turn the turkey like this so that it could cook evenly, every couple of hours, right? I would spritz it down with the with the juice, and then I would turn it. So about 4.5 to 5 hours, I checked the internal temp, and about an hour later at 400, it was done, dude. I mean, it was a done deal. I'll send you a pic. I'll send you a pic on it how it came out, dude. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised on how it looked in the smoker. And I tell you, my family was so shocked that a turkey came out that crispy and juicy. They were like, "Damn!" It was like the best thing that they've ever eaten, best turkey they've ever eaten in their whole entire lives. Even my aunt, who was super picky about things, right? Oh man, Felicia, thank you. Uh, um, Even my aunt, who is super picky, really enjoyed it, and that made me feel real good, you know. So I was gonna do one this year, but my mom wanted to do it, so I said, okay, I'll do it. So I didn't get to do it this year, but next year I think I'm gonna grill. I'm gonna grill another turkey and do it again and see how it'll come out again. If I've done it once, I know I can do it again, right? Yeah, once the inside gets to about 165, 170, it's done. Yeah, Jimmy, I mean, it came out great, dude. I actually could not believe how good it really came out, considering that it was the first time I've ever done it like that. And I usually grill the hell out of a lot of things, but the turkey I had never done ever, ever. It was always in the oven, right? And that's I mean just how you did it. And but me, I went hell's balls into it, dude. And I figured I might as well do it. If it turns out good, it turns out good. If it don't, it don't. But it turned out awesome, dude. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I would be afraid it would be dry. Actually, no, yeah, you don't have, if you keep an eye on it, Jim, it won't dry out. Like I said, if you spritz it, and keep it really low temp until like your last hour, then you really should have nothing to worry about it drying out. Just as long as you keep turning it so that it cooks evenly and keep spritzing it so it doesn't dry, so that skin will be crispy, right? But it'll hold the moisture inside, the turkey itself. And I also put what I did also was underneath. I actually put a little pan so that when the drippings go down, the heat is coming from the top. So at the same time, it's actually boiling all of those drippings, and all of that moisture is still going up inside too as well, right? Jim, you don't recommend that 24 hours? Too good to know. I dry brine for 8 hours and then spatchcock and remove the wishbone. Oh, dude, the wishbone. Who breaks the wishbone, Chet? Do you and another member of your family, or do you have the other members like, okay, y'all do it, y'all do the wishbone? So, oven tip: put foil on legs and press after spring with Pam. Reflect to set up, keep skin from burning, remove sheets to last 30, 40 minutes of cooking. Yeah, I know that. I don't cook with Pam anymore, bro. Uh, Simply because I'm diabetic, and so Pam has ingredients in there that are not good for me. I normally now I just use either straight extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil when I'm cooking certain things, and especially like the turkey, right? Um, but like I said, if you keep up on things like that well, with the oven, I guess because it's enclosed, so it's a different story. Um, I haven't cooked a turkey in such a long time, like I said, without it doing stuff. Oh, 8 hours. I mean, that my keyboard doesn't like YouTube. That's funny. I use the same way with my barrel smoker. Oh, real barrel smokers are cool, man. I like the barrel smokers. They have such uh interesting way of smoking it, right? Because of the you know the way they look. it's so kind of cool, man. I really enjoy the look of those too. Jim says, "Do not spray additives, Pam." And like, yeah, yeah. When I found out how Pam is, like, oh my god, I quit using it. It does weird stuff whenever I use the channel. You might have to have a talk with that keyboard, Jim. Have a talk with that keyboard, man. It does weird stuff in the chat. So let's get back to the acid etching and the laser etching, right? Let's kind of get on to the laser etching right now. And like I said, I've seen some really beautiful stuff come out too, and a lot of a lot of stuff that I've seen, right? I forgot the name of the company, but they're doing a lot of these ads on YouTube and a lot of ads on Facebook, which is the laser cutters, the laser printers, and the laser stuff, all kinds of laser stuff coming out, right? All these different ads of laser stuff and got to do this, got to do that, and or it'll benefit you this way, it'll benefit you that way. I'm like, now I'm kind of pretty intrigued on laser cutters myself. I mean, that'd be pretty neat to kind of laser cut something and get that utilized that way as well, right? But the laser etching in itself, where you just put a picture on there, that's just like cool shit because you can pretty much do anything on there, provided you have the right machine or the right tools. And I think I'm not sure, Jim. Do they cost a pretty penny? Are they pretty affordable now? I mean, what's the cost? What's the cost of one of these things? Because I really did fail to look at prices. Like I said, I didn't have a chance to really do any research on pricing on any of these things this weekend. So when I came up with my concept for tonight's show, I wasn't able to do a whole lot of research on anything really. So for somebody who kind of winged it tonight, god damn, it's over an hour. Wow. Shit. Time flies when you're having fun, dude. Uh, it, it's the app on my phone, not fully compatible with YouTube. Oh, okay. Okay. So I have a talk with it anyway, Jim. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding, man. I know. Sometimes apps kind of go wonky and stuff like that. I get it. Yeah. Well, it was like the other night, the other Monday when I had for whatever reason, my phone just kind of crapped out on me when I was in the middle of the show, right? And even it seemed like it was only like a couple of seconds here, and then I was back. But it was like, oh my goodness, I get it. Yeah, I get it, Jim. I know how you feel, dude. The best laser for most stuff is under 2 grand, around 1600 and 1800. Jesus, that's a hell of a price for damn laser stuff. Well, but then again, 2 grand, huh? That's almost like a vehicle payment right there. A house payment, actually. Actually, that's a house payment, dude. Jeez. A house payment just for one of those things. That is crazy. Well, but it pays for itself. Yeah, it would depend. Yeah, if you got the market on. Yeah. Caesar says, I need to step out again. Unfortunately, I'll watch stuff later. Love you guys. Have a great night. Hey, you too, Cindy. Have a great night. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, if you can't, you can't, bro. No worries, dude. Love you, dude. Have a good night, man. So Jim says you can do a business of it. Oh, yeah. Um, Possibly. Well, I mean, you got to, I mean, there's a good market for it right now. I mean, especially with the saber market, right? My Forge was under 4K altogether, but I still have to learn how to use it. Oh wow, 4K, huh? Wow. Now 49, did you pay in installments for it? Did you have to pay for it all at once, or how did, you know, how did that go? Um, was that a purchase, like all up front, or did you pay for it in installments? Um, because I mean, for somebody who doesn't have one, who might want to get one, what is the procedure for them to what do they need to know in order to get one, right? So if they're going to have to pay for it all at once, or is there payment plans for it, or give us some insight onto how the buying process goes, right? Would be a great help, man, to enlighten people on that. Yeah, man. Hopefully, Cindy will have a great night, man. Um, and let's see. Laser Forge is cool because it etches, cuts, and I think CNCs. Oh, is it Laser Forge? What? I've seen quite a few CNC forges that do that, and yeah, they're. But it does it. I mean, they're coming out with about $2,000 for it, not 4,000. I mean, unless they recently like lowered the price on some of these things. I think what one of them is what Glowforge, I think it is, where it laser cuts things out, but it also laser prints or something like that, if I'm correct, right? It's a big like lathe looking thing. Oh, okay. And even I mean they're even coming out with smaller lathes for softer metal stuff that's coming out. Like right now I think uh I do not remember the company that I was seeing, but for I think $4,000 there was like a table lathe, portable laser etching. Okay. Glowforge is a portable laser etching. See, and it looked very affordable for, I mean, it had something like under $2,000 for it, for the Glowforge. It wasn't like a bad price, man. And I don't know if that price that they were claiming was just was a sale price, or was it an actual price, for it. And I think they had probably like two or three tiers, probably. You got the low end of the spectrum, and then you got the Cadillac version. So, it's crazy. It is super crazy to have that, right? Yeah, I had saved for a while, a year, and I had mine for almost a year now, and edge cuts, multiple materials. Okay. Oh, okay. So you saved the whole year for it, huh? Okay. That's cool. That's really cool. And have you done a lot of things with it, or just like some things? I mean, you said you're still learning. Oh, you're still learning stuff on it, huh? Or have you done like one or two things, and then that's pretty much been it? Because it's still kind of like a learning process. Is it? I mean, I would say how is the learning curve on it? Is the learning curve pretty steep, or is it pretty low? I mean, I would think that the learning curve 49 is kind of like half and half, maybe, depending on what you're really using it for. The plates, wood, plastics, I'm sure. Okay, plates, wood, plastics is kind of like the easiest part of it. Now, I've seen some table plate card placard. I've seen some table lays at I think Harbor Freights, right? Harbor Freight says table lathe for like, oh gosh, 450 to almost 500, right? And you can do um all the different kind of materials on it, wood and everything else, right? Soft metals. I think there's one that's designed for heavier metals, but that's a little bit more pricier. But X Tool D1 Pro is about 1500. Ooh, 1500. But that, if you save all year, Jim, that's actually kind of achievable if you're very um disciplined in putting money away for it. Or like what I'm trying to do is to kind of sell stuff off, right? And kind of put that money away. So uh, that's what I'm trying to do, is sell some stuff off so I can acquire things, maybe even some new hilts. If I can sell some things out off and acquire some new hilts, that's going to be amazing, right? Um, but I need to get some boards first too. Uh, I've got some bad CFXs that I need to kind of replace, so want to get those first. I just wish that eventually I'd like to see the CFX, and I know it's not going to happen, but if CFX can come down, $20 or here or there, might be good. You know, it would do saber stuff where you spend 800 and get Glowforge entry level. And I've thought about the Glowforge, man, because I really thinking about Glowforge. Not only because it has an interesting look to that you can work on the table with it, right? Um, but there's such a variety of things that you can do with the Glowforge from what it looks like. So not only can you laser etch with it, but you can also cut out wood, you can cut out, plexiglass, you can cut out acrylic, you can cut out all kinds of things. So there is so many things that you can do with it. It's not a one kind of, you know, a machine that can do just one thing. It's a machine that can do multiple things. So you have almost an endless supply of things to do within this machine. The 49 says, I'm old school and prefer the three press lathe hand tools. Only hard parts is fine. Download schematic prints. Hmm. I think 49. A lot of people are old school too, though. So you're not the only one, right? Uh, I'd be kind of one of those, right? Old school. I mean, shit, I'm old myself anyway. Hell, I'm almost 50 and I'm still playing with toys. I'm still old school, man. You can't get away from old school. So any 20 watt will etch, burn, or cut. Yeah, any 20 watt. That's cool though. 20 watt laser. Hmm. Wonder what I can do. Get a 20 watt laser gun. So let's get a 20 watt laser gun and then we'll put a CFX in there and then see what happens, right? So we use a Mando's pistol, laser pistol. We'll use a Mando's gun with the CFX and a 20 watt laser to go with that. Shit. Without paying too much for them, right? Yeah, I would say so. I think everybody would want one after that, right, Jim? You'd see a Mendo pistol cutting in there, cutting wood with that laser. Eee, right through. We'll be the next real genius. Anybody remember that movie? Val Kilmer? right? And what was that other guy's name that was the young kid? I forgot what that actor's name was. I know, he seems so frail, right? He seemed so frail right in the beginning of the movie, and then by the end of it, it was just like, dude, oh, Rich, yeah, great movie, dude. I still love that movie to this day. I mean, I can watch that movie over and over again. Val Kilmer was in his prime in that movie. I tell you, all the actors in there were great, though. They were great. I mean, it's just a timeless movie, right? I mean, for a sci-fi movie, a sci-fi comedy, it was great for the time that it came in, the exact time that it came in. It was just unbelievably great. And then again, Val Kilmer, I mean, he's a really good actor. It's a damn shame that he ended up with that throat cancer and then having, not being able to speak anymore. And to this day, though, he still makes what he can do. Does what he can. I mean, hell, he still came out and did what was it, the Maverick movie, right? Um, so it was like, hey, that is cool. It's the moral imperative. Cheers, Jim. It's a moral imperative. It sure is. TSSS extended that. Rich, I was telling you that earlier. Yeah, yeah. The new site is just very easy to use. I know, right? I looked at it and I'm like, what the hell? I was kind of shocked the way it went when I opened up and I was like, am I in the right site? And it was like, it's TCSS, but damn. I was like, this is kind of weird the way they had it. But I understood it the way they had it a little bit, and it wasn't too bad. It really wasn't too bad the way I saw it. It just took a little time to get used to it, right? They made the builder a tiny link at the bottom. Did they? I didn't see the builder at the very bottom because I guess I didn't go through it. But I'm gonna look and see because I didn't get on my laptop. Excuse me. I didn't get on my laptop and look at the site. I saw the site through the phone, right? So I'm like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. And I was like, oh, and I really do wish that they had the builder to be on the phone so that I could build one up on the phone instead of having to go onto the laptop. Of course, the laptop makes it a lot easier because it's a bigger screen, right? But if I could build one through the phone and not have to worry about going to the laptop, like damn. Like I have one in mind right now that's about 235 to build, but I'm like, ah. So as soon as I sell some stuff off, I intend to get a builder saber built and have it shipped. So and Rich, you'll be happy. It'll be a golden harvest board in that hilt. Yeah, man. I'll have to show you that hilt that uh I want to get made. I think it looks pretty neat. It's not no thin neck, but I mean, it looks pretty wicked the way I got it, man. Uh, so who knows? I just know that I'll have it built. Yeah, I mean, for all the parts and the board itself, it'll come out about 235 plus shipping. So not too bad, not too bad. Though I did buy like 11 trophies. I really need to get over myself and stop just kind of being intimidated by the trophy and learn it. I'm Ant sent me a 5.1 or a 1.5 trophy, right? And uh you know I have not wired the profile. I've got it somewhat wired, but not, wired completely because of the intimidation factor that I have on doing the Profi itself. And I hear all these stories like it's great. I mean, it's awesome. You just have to learn it and this and that, right? You don't have to learn, just copy and paste. But Rich, that's the thing, copy and paste. But I want to learn, man. I think the hardest thing is getting your laptop to recognize it. Yeah, I know, but I want to learn all parts of it as far as even if there's a small part that if you copy and paste, but you need to learn, you need to know where it's kind of messing up, right? And that's the thing. Since I'm dyslexic and with the copy and paste stuff, it's gonna be a chore for me, right, to do that. The new builder is so easy now that you're learning just visually. Yeah, I really enjoy the builder though. I really do because I have so many different uh builds that I've done in the builder, and even so, some of them look like crap, but then others are like super badass. And my father's the balance was made from the builder, so you know, and who would have thought? Nobody ever put two emitters together and make it work, right? I don't know. Maybe I was the first one. Maybe somebody else thought of it before I did, but I had never seen it on anybody else's sabers before. So I figured, well, I might as well do it, and I did it, and it came out pretty decent. Profi builder, I mean, huh? The new builder is so easy now. You are learning just visually. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, Rich. I mean, with me, it takes a long time for me to learn something, but when I get it, I really get it down, you know? And it's kind of like almost like muscle memory when I get it down. So, but I'm hoping soon that I'll have some time to kind of get back to working on Saber stuff. I have not had hardly any time to work on anything um at all. And I'm kind of get like to the point where I need to get back to this. Get me some relaxation time. Really need some relaxation time, man. And when I worked on Sabers, it was really relaxing. So, but yeah, for this build, for the memory build, I'm still trying to decide on how to get, and I'm not sure if I should just leave the battery like this or kind of work in maybe a chassis system for here, like a three-part chassis system for the memory saver. And like I said, there's just so many things that I want to do, but I want to improve the memory saver in terms of wiring it, um, with as little wiring as possible. So I'm thinking, but I am not getting rid of my buttons though. I like the way the buttons came out on this. So, oh yeah, 49. I forgot to mention, I do make my own clamp cards, man. Um, yeah, I make my own clamp cards. I hand cut and sand them down to fit the MHS from TCSS box one. You can do either the regular box one or the shorter version of it, the short box, low profile, excuse me. And so just to show you, like here's one of my clamp cards right here, bro. Yeah, that's one of them right there. If I may, which board would you recommend to a novice saber builder? Well, a novice saber builder, and I'm still a novice, dude. I've worked on the CFX. Uh, Golden Harvest is a really good one. Um, and I think yeah, what do you call it? Cal's the Golden Harvest, right? is a really good board to begin with as well. I have not worked on the Golden Harvest and the Verso. Uh, the Verso I have not worked on either, but I do plan on getting those. And there's nothing but good things to say about both Golden Harvest and the Verso. So yeah, man. Um, I think the CFX though is an intermediate. I would say it's an intermediate board to work with. I like it. I worked on it, and I just kind of messed mine up when I did some things that I shouldn't have. But that's the thing. Uh, but I do plan on getting some versos as well. So I'm 52, so a lot of knowledge, skills, etc. Hey, buddy, I'm not far behind you, man. I'm 49. I'm 49. I'm not far behind you, dude. So the pads are too small and the layout is dumb. Rich, that's your opinion, and I have to admit, Rich, okay, I kind of agree with you that the pads are a bit small. I do have to admit that, okay. I won't dismiss that. But the layout, I kind of like the layout though. I do. I kind of like the layout, man. I really enjoy the layout. I just wish the pads were a little bit bigger. Okay, but other than that, I like the layout. Yeah. But 49, you'll see that everybody's got their preferences, man, and it doesn't matter what preference that you have. We're all in this together, and we're all here to have fun. What we all enjoy sabers, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it's one big happy family. Now you'll have some of those family members that kind of get a little over excited about different things, but at the same time, hey, what up, smugglers? Albert, is that you, Albert? Man, what up, my friend? You on late? You up late, man? My goodness. So, Albert, we were talking about acid etching versus laser etching and stuff like that. Uh, but we're kind of like talking into boards and stuff, and also some good sales. Like you having the Black Friday sale, right? As a matter of fact, man, I just ordered some stuff from you, a couple of things, So yeah, so I ordered a few things from you to take advantage of something, some small stuff. and and so oh what we're getting into also got some of my money. He got you too rich. He got some of mine, man. I had to, man. I had to get one of the speakers, dude. Yeah, I had to get a speaker, so I went and ordered a speaker from you, Albert. So I wanted to get another one before the sale was up. So and then I think I ordered a LED from you, and I'm gonna put it up on here on this thing. If it'll fit just right, if I can get it to fit good, I'm gonna put it up in this chassis right here, man. So yeah, dude, it'll be killer. It'll be killer. Thank you for all you do, though, man. For all of you, Albert, who runs Smugglers Outpost, it does such an amazing, amazing job on not, wiring up his hills um and doing such an amazing job of uh you know speakers that he produces, all the parts that he produces. I tell you, Smugglers Outpost is just one of the finest sites that you can go right next to TCSS. I mean, he's up there in the top five. So if you guys ever have any doubts about ordering from Albert, I tell you, put all your doubts aside and rest assured that he has good quality stuff. He also does an amazing job in wiring up hilts, chassis. His chassis builds are such amazing as well. So make sure that you do like and subscribe for Smugglers Outpost. Check out all their stuff because he does such an amazing job at stuff. And I can't thank him enough for everything that he's done for me. And he's sent me a few things. I've sent him a few things, and it's just nothing but good stuff for Albert. So cheers, Albert. So I mean, I'm proud to have him as a friend and a you know enthusiast brother. Say enthusiast saber brother. And I've learned a lot from him too. I've learned a lot of things from him as well. So when I had questions, when I couldn't get a hold of anybody else, and I got a hold of Albert, Albert helped me through a few things. So like I said, I've learned some things, and he's always gotten back to me when I'd email him or text him. So he'll be there for you too, if you guys have any doubt about things. So good guy, man, good guy. And so let's getting back to acid etching. So Albert, one of the things that we're talking about is, do you prefer acid etching over laser etching? Have you done any of those things yet, or you've outsourced some acid etching or outsourced laser etching to go with some stuff? Um, so we're tonight's was which is the preference, or do you enjoy both? Do you like one or the other? That's that is tonight's topic mainly, but on top of the sales, right? Well, I haven't learned to do any type of etching, but I would love to learn someday. Okay, see, and so that's like a lot of us, right? Or even me, just too. So I think it's an interesting facet, and I use the term facet like a diamond because sabers, have such a multitude of things to do that we can learn from in doing and learning to do. I used to powder coat a few years ago in the hobby, though. Oh, okay. See, so again, I use the term faceting because, like a diamond in the rough, you have all these facets of the hobby that you can do or not do, and each one of them can shine or not shine. You're right. You can have such so many things that you can learn to do or not learn to do, and still have a decent cut stone, right? So you can do a simple acid etching on most metal surfaces and not includes resistant ones like stainless or finish coating or exotics. Yeah, see right there. That just proves my point right there, right? That you have a multitude of surfaces that you can do that with, but at the same time, it's kind of like, are you going with this? Are you going with this metal? Are you going with that metal? Is it soft, hard, or otherwise, right? So again, and I use the term, the facets, because every little part of that diamond, and you're not seeing the whole diamond in one shot. Unless you're going round and round and you're twisting, then you're going to see each set of facets. But at any one time, you're not seeing every single facet around the whole diamond, right? And especially if you're holding, because you're hiding some of those facets. So and then there's facets within facets. So there's always something to learn within the hobby of sabering. You can use multiple tools to get to the same finish, to get to the same ending, to get to the same final product, right? And no one tool is going to get the whole thing finished at one time. I mean, like, it's different things that bring a final product to its end. And that's and I find that fascinating, though. I really find it fascinating that there are so many avenues that you can take to make, like they say, that sabers, is art that you can fight with, right? But not a lot of times, I mean, there's shelf queens. So you got to take that into consideration. Is that, are you going to have a shelf queen? Are you going to have a fighting queen? Are you going to have, something different? But either way, I mean, it's all good because each creation is has a soul of it in its own self. And that's what's like amazing, because there's so, like I said, and I keep repeating myself because um eventually, when newbies come around, uh 49, I'm not making fun of you or anything, dude, but when new people come in and they see, videos like this, and they're wondering, they're getting started, they're coming into the hobby, and they're not sure exactly what to do on certain things. And there's so many YouTube videos to do things this way and that way. You want to learn different ways of doing things, but have the same result in that same aspect. And like I was saying, that there's so many YouTube videos out there also on teaching you what companies to go to and what companies not to, what companies to stay away with, because you have some scammers, dude, and then you have some companies that are kind of shady in their practices, and you really don't want to deal with those people. You want to go to some good quality people. Yeah, you may be a little bit more expensive, but the quality and the customer service and everything is, unsurpassed. And those are the people that you want to do business with. So again, not only that this channel, I'm trying to make, have people come in and have fun, but and be entertained. But at the same time, I want to be able to teach people as well. And like Lando Sabers, right? And I will always mention Lando Sabers. He has such a great array of videos. This is the way. Amen, dude. He has such a great array of videos on where to go, who to go to, who not to go to in terms of saber companies, right? And then Benji from Nerf Herders, he's got so many videos on how to get started and what the cost of the sabers parts are. When you're getting started, how many things, what it takes to get started, all of these things that he will teach you, and even loading up sound fonts and everything. Benji is such a great person to go and get information from with his videos. I've learned a lot from Benji. I've learned a lot from Albert. I've learned a lot from a lot of people, and even Rob Petcow, Madcow, right? Go to all these different videos and watch everything and learn from all of these people. Right. Shout out to Benji, dude. And I tell you, all of these people are such amazing teachers, and the information is out there to learn from. And you still get people that will go, oh, what do I do? What do I do this, do that? Well, if you come and you look at my channel, I'm going to tell you, go to these sites and go watch these videos, because they're going to teach you all of this stuff. Let's see. It says, yes, I'm subscribed to most here on YouTube. Oh, okay, cool, man. See, and that's the thing, is a lot of people may not subscribe to these guys, but the thing is, if you're willing to learn and take the time to watch these videos, all the way through, then you'll see um how much information you can benefit from. And I've seen people time and again just kind of go through, fast forward, pick out what they want, but they don't see the whole thing through. So they lose a lot of that information, right? They lose out a lot of on that information, valuable information. And then when they get stuck, it's like, oh, what do I do now? What do I do now? Well, you know, go back, read the manual, go and if you're like me, I'm dyslexic, so I have a very hard time reading stuff and understanding stuff, but I'm a very visual person. So I'll go and I'll look at videos on how to do things, and I will try to figure it out. So when I do have a serious problem that I cannot figure out on my own, I will go and ask one of these guys. I will email them and I'll say, hey, how do? Is it? Am I doing this right? This is what I'm doing here, 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 and yes, even Jedi arms dealer, right? Um, yeah, he knows his Graflexes, right? Hey, and even now, I've commissioned uh Anthony, but him and Jedi arms dealer are working on a Graflex for me, dude. So I tell you, that's gonna be badass when it gets done, right? Yes, the main reason why I decided to get into the hobby was because cornucopia of info today. But like, for that is funny, man. But no, that's cool, dude. Yeah, it's a great hobby, man. And I tell you, when I got into this in '49, what I was explained to everybody is that I got into the hobby because I had a best friend who passed away from brain cancer, and I was trying to figure out a way to honor his memory, right? And I started watching Anthony Space Windows, his videos, and I really never, in my wildest dreams, I never knew that custom lightsabers were a real thing. I really didn't. I was only preview to what Disney made in terms of the store. I had no idea how good the custom lightsabers would come about until I started watching Anthony's videos. And because of my friend that passed away, I wanted to make sure that I could seriously honor his memory. And when I was looking, what better way to honor his memory than to build a custom lightsaber, right? And so I was like, now I'm gonna do half of this saber right here, right? So I'm gonna put this like this because I can't put the wires like that because of the battery and stuff. But if you can picture this uh, together, right? Now, I tell you, I had a lot of help, and also Albert, who's on here, right? Smuggler's Outpost. Let me see. Where is it? Let me see, where is it? Do I have it in here? Up here? Um, when I was actually, dang it. Okay, I don't have it in here. My goodness. Um, when I was actually in the middle of making my friend's memory saber, Bob needs to come back. That's funny. Um, when I was in the middle of making my friend's memory saber, I had a lot of questions for people in terms of the chassis being built for it, right? Because I needed a chassis to fit up in this piece right here. And Albert actually stepped up and built a small chassis that fit. Oh, here it is, actually. Matter of fact, finally, Albert printed me this chassis right here that fits the CFX perfectly, right? So this piece actually fits perfectly right in here with a little bit of room to spare, right? And man, it worked just flawlessly for a good while. Now, I'm not sure exactly what happened. Maybe a wire that came loose or something, and then kind of messed the board up at that time. Um, oh, I do remember because there was a little piece of wire that stuck out of the jacket, and it kind of fried the board because it it kind of touched the metal on the inside. So you got to make sure that you watch out for all that stuff too. But I tell you, best little best little chassis in the rib sections right here. Albert did such an amazing job with this, and so I tell you, he really got it done when I emailed so many people on trying to get that taken care of, and he pulled it off for me. So Now I've got to improve on what I've done there, so I can kind of lessen the wires up and get it working again. Because Roy Boy has to live again. Yeah, thank goodness I got all the sounds and everything on the computer. So all I have to do is go back and re-put everything on the board, and I'm good to go. So yeah. Oh my goodness, 2 hours have passed. Jesus. And y'all are still here listening to me ramble? What is wrong with you guys? No, I'm just kidding. I love y'all very much, man. Seriously, time flies when you're having fun. And I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna call it a night, guys. But thank you so much for everybody who kind of showed up, who did show up, and uh, you know, uh, Jim, I am so thankful you're here. 49, Chet, tell you, Cindy, Albert. You guys, I really kept rich. My goodness, man. Thank you, sir. Every and even Felicia, she kind of did some showing up here a little bit, right? So thank you guys, everybody who showed up here tonight. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, I didn't mean to move that much. Um, I am so thankful, and it really means the world to me that you came and hang out on a Monday with me. It like I said, if you like what I do, man, like and subscribe. And without Anthony, Space Windu, Mundo Madness Mondays would not be possible because he's the original pioneer from Civilized Sabers, and without Civilized Sabers, uh, you know, Mundo Madness Monday would not be possible. So, like and subscribe to Civilized Sabers for their stuff, Anthony. And like I said, if you guys like, my hanging out with me, you can also see me at Mundo Cabrera 7007, right? That's my YouTube channel there, but I'm doing both Civilized and Mundo channel at the same time. So when I do this, so like and subscribe if you like. If you want to, it's good. If you don't want to, hey, it's all great, man. No worries. I don't force it on anybody. Like I said, it's free will, free choice. Hey, good night, Albert, man. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Love you, bro. And yeah, like I said, have a good time. We're here to have a good time. We're here to laugh, talk saber stuff. And if I can make your Monday night or your week just a little bit better from coming on, then I've done a good job, man. For then, Mundo's out. I'm gonna get to the Brandon here. And Mundo will be out real soon. Let's see here.
In here, we pour whiskey.